but you're not good enough. But like, why did you let this thing go? Yeah, what the heck? No guys, my family's sleeping. I need to be quiet. All too well, both casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here because I remember it all too well. That sounds like I'm doing Hamilton. Wow, 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 wow. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Agapé, like to love. If you're new here, then hi, welcome. This is a safe space, except if you're Joe Jonas. But welcome if you're not. Thank you so much for clicking on one of my videos once again. As you can tell by the title, this is going to be me reacting to Fearless by Taylor Swift. She did a re-recording, but this video is specifically for her vault songs. I don't want to give it too long introduction. I've only listened to one of the songs before, and without any further ado, let's get into the video. Also, if you're new here and you want to subscribe because you like the content, how about you go and do that? Yes, I did bring tissues with me because Miss, she does something to us, you know, so I brought that just in case. Okay. First of all, I just want to point out by saying that, like, I love that Taylor, for her one of her first re-recordings, she went back to the roots of how we know her from, like the countryside of Taylor. Her storytelling in that genre is so unmatched, and it's what we all fell in love with, what a lot of us fell in love with her for. So it's just, I'm just hearing the guitars and I'm getting emotional, or like, to begin with. Once the last drop of rain fell or dried off the pavement, that reminds me of another song. It's there's something about the street, you know, in Fearless, where we get that line where about like there's something about the street after it's just rained, something like that play on, like something about, oh, okay, I'm getting excited. Oh gosh, oh gosh, the way Taylor's, wow, they leave them muddy underneath, like deep down. You all like shiny Mr. I don't want to say Mr. Perfect Fine, but like you present yourself so well, but deep down under, like, that's what I see when I see that messy, that tar, that mud. That's what oh gosh, that's what I think of you. Oh, that's what reminds me of you. Oh wow, interesting, because usually, you know, when people like personify things, a lot of the time they'll personify these like beautiful things for a metaphor of like the experiences, right? But Taylor's picking things that are specifically like left tarnish, whether it's graffiti, whether it's like dollar bills that have just been here and there and like crumpled and been all over, so almost, so to speak, that's like she's been like, that she's being like disposed of. Oh wow, yeah, the things that she's using to the things that she's purposefully personifying are things that seem like they need to be refurbished, or like the graffiti, the mud. Oh gosh. Wow, 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 wow. You can think of it in like the literal sense of what she might be meaning, right? But also there's something very beautiful about listening to these songs years later, because you can find different connections from songs that she's done before, right? So like when I hear this, I think of The Drought Was the Very Worst, right, from the line in Clean, and like the I Think I'm Finally Clean, right? In that sense, it's about like having the freedom of being able to, I'm thinking about it when she did it from Miss Americana. Clean has a very different meaning to me now, but about getting over a breakup, and then you finally feel like you've gotten rid of that part, right, that sense. Whereas with this one, it's the opposite, and I feel like because this was Taylor at her young 16 to 18-year-old self, she's like, you all over. Everywhere I turn, I see something that reminds me of you. Thinking of that Tom Holland meme, but like, do you see what I mean? It's so interesting listening to these back, and like, yeah, it's very cool. I freaking love the harmonies, and I'm so happy that Taylor did a feature with Maren Morris. Oh, not a feature, with the Maren Morris vocals. I think that they fit so beautifully together. I love that so much. Wow, I lived and learned and turned around to see that we were never really meant to be. Fearless, this album, a lot of Fearless has to do with this idea of a promise, being with someone corny forever and always, but this idea that this was a very much make-believe album for Taylor, where she was in this fantasy of, we get it in You Belong With Me, we get it in Love Story, we get it in so many different songs in this album, we get it in Forever and Always, like about this idea of this promise of, you should have been here, you should have stayed, like I thought this was it. Meanwhile Taylor's 18, right? But to her this great romance was gonna be the one for the books, right? And so we get this idea of like, this should have been, I thought this was it, but it wasn't. We get this idea pouring throughout the whole. You all over me. Oh no, guys, the next song is called Mr. Perfectly Fine. We heard the song because I tried resisting it, you guys. I tried resisting it, but Twitter was going all over the place, and I was like, I feel very left out, so I just heard the song. Yes, Mr. Perfect Face, Mr. Here to Stay, Mr. Look Me in the Eyes and Told Me You Will Never Go Away. Taylor was really sold a dream here, and maybe it's just like the innocence of you being young and thinking, oh my goodness, this is the love, but like Taylor was really given promises here that ended up not being fulfilled, and it ended up breaking her heart, and we can tell in the words she uses, right? And the play on like Mr. something, but like, yeah, it's just mad. Yeah, when she did that hair, I was like, first of all, how dare you, Taylor Swift? Like, how dare you sit on the two words casually cruel in 2008, and then again releases it in 2012. Like, she sits on those two words, and she's like, no, this can be used at a better time, and then she plays it in All Too Well with Casually Cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here because I remember it all too well. That sounds like I'm doing Hamilton. But like, it's kind of sick, Taylor. Like, I don't know, when I heard that, I was just like, yeah, that's kind of over for me. Like, that's wow. And almost maybe like the similar sentiments you can have in different relationships, where it's like, damn, wow. Like at the end of the song, she echoes the sentiments, like, this is coming from you promising me that you were gonna stay, and you didn't in the end. Like, you just didn't. And also I really like looking at how different musicians and different artists tackle this idea of like when you break up, somebody's left, like someone is always going to be left more heartbroken than the other, right? The script did it in Break Even, right? Like, what am I supposed to do when the best part of me is always you? When a heart breaks, no, we don't break even. 5 Seconds of Summer with the and I'm Not Fine At All. No, I'm really not fine at all, right? You get it with Olivia Rodrigo. You get it in Driver's License with the and I Just Can't Imagine How You Could Be So Okay When I'm Gone. Like, this idea, I'm really interested in the way that artists tackle the idea of like, literally when you break up, you're either gonna be the one that's like, you leave and you're chill and you're da-da-da, and there's always gonna be someone else that's proper just destroyed. It's never going to be 50-50, and that's the way that love works, right? There's always going to be someone that's either giving and someone that's taking, and it's never going to be equal. And you can see that a lot of the times in the way that after you break up, how does someone deal with that? And not to say that if you dealt with it quickly you didn't love the person, but maybe you were investing a little bit too much into the relationship more than someone else was. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to get deep here, but like, yeah, I really like how that's tackled. Yeah, this is not a safe space for JoJo. This song sounds already like it's gonna make me cry, like I'm already getting emotional just hearing it. Ooh, the circus! Has Taylor ever tackled the circus in her lyrics before? The circus! I'm trying to go into my memory vault of Taylor songs. The circus! Oh, I like this. When it was good. Like, maybe this is specific to a relationship, or maybe this is specific to a time period where, you know, like, you know, when things were like up there, and the nostalgia of looking back at memories that they were the best times. Sometimes you can just like hold on to that and just have those as isolated moments and being like, in this moment, guys, we were happy. Oh wow, we were happy. Ooh, I like what she did there, getting into the bridge. Okay, don't know what sound I just made, but I love that. Almost like maybe a darker turn, or what? Are we gonna go into like the reality of it now, or I should listen, but like oh my gosh. It's funny because I talked about the nostalgia of recognizing those moments and them being in, like, you being able to like keep them in this like box, right? But Taylor's saying that with the nostalgia of remembering those moments also comes the moments of these inside voices telling you that like it's never gonna be like that anymore, like you ruined like a good thing, this is your fault, you're never gonna get to that point where you were happy the way that you were, that you're never gonna be enough. Like, it's interesting how I say, like, as the bridge sort of shifted, did that like darker shift, we get to see that like, oh wow, I'm not okay, I'm really not fine at all. Wow, that's so that's so sad. Oh, I think that's the thing about nostalgia. You can never pick the moments to really like really revel in, because as soon as you pick the good moments, the happy moments, the amazing moments, the other times are gonna creep in, and like you're never gonna get that full you're never gonna get that full experience, because other moments are gonna be like, yeah, no, but you're not good enough, but like, why did you let this thing go? Yeah, what the heck. This song. Okay, because we're done crying, let's listen to the next song. It's called That's a Win with Keith Urban. I love that they did a collab together, because Taylor opened up for Keith Urban on her Fearless tour, and he's like, ooh, you said I know. You like, yeah, I get that. Okay. Ooh, I like that. When can I like that. I love the way country artists craft their lyrics, right? There's a song by Tennille Arts called Somebody Like That, and she's like, but I want that all in falling, keep the fire burning like the first time feeling, no matter how, if I'm going to love somebody like that. It's like they stack these lyrics on top of each other, and they do it in a way that's so like very like world building esque. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It reminds me of like Take Back Home Girl as well. I just love the way that country musicians are able to really use the I think it's because they use the lyrics, but also the way in which they say it. The two combined, I think, is a masterpiece. So I really love that chorus. Hey, that's when yeah, no, we're eating good, guys. We're eating very good. That's when no, guys, my family's sleeping. I need to be quiet. But as I said, if you do that, if you slow down your no, guys, if you take it and you not even slow down, but if you strip it down where it's just like it's gonna be Taylor singing this and then Keith is gonna join her. No, I freaking love it. Okay, okay. I knew I'd run into you somewhere. Okay. None of those little things. Don't do any of it. Do none of it. If you're gonna move on, I need you to move on. I need you to move. I need you to keep your distance. I don't need any of those little gestures. I don't even need you to be nice. I don't need it to. No, don't do it. Don't you dare. That Taylor's like, I don't need any of that. None of that. I want none of what am I supposed to do with I miss you? You're not with me, so what must I do with that? Taylor, I feel you. I feel you. With the sentiments of this song, I completely agree, Taylor Swift. I completely agree. No Chitchat is one of those loves, in your life where it's like this. We actually can't no, because once it's over, it's like over for like there's some relationships where you guys actually can't be friends. But also I find this really funny now, like looking back years later, because if this is about Joe as well, one would say that they're friends, right? She's friends with Sophie. Her and Sophie are like, they're cool, right? So it's funny because Taylor writing this when 13 plus years ago, she didn't know that, oh, I'm gonna be chilled with these people now, but she is. And so it's a very beautiful, odd way of like the song coming together the way that it did, and like her writing these songs now. Oh my god, I mean, like, and her releasing these songs now. It wasn't just like a movie. The rain didn't soak through. It wasn't just like a movie. The rain didn't soak through my clothes down to my skin. I wanted to say, like, Fearless is very much Taylor painting this like fantasy picture of what she wants, right? So the fact that she referenced it wasn't just like a movie. I'm interested to hear what the song is about. Oh wow. The cheerfulness of the song made me forget that it could be really sad. I'm crying. All I have is your sympathy. Oh no, that is not what we finna do. You took me home, but you couldn't keep. Oh gosh, yeah, no. I think the cheerfulness of the song really. I was really thrown off by that, and then listening to the lyrics, I was like, wait. Oh, the picture frame is empty. That alone is enough, you know. It's simple, but it gets the job very much done. Baby. Ooh, there's so much that I can't touch. You all I want, but it's not enough. It's almost like they're literally out of the reach. Oh my gosh. Wow, unattainable even. Oh wow, like this isn't even in. Oh wow. Wow, the pages are slipping through my hands and I'm so scared of how this ends. Oh my word, you could even take it off like the pages of like my life, like the story, like what is meant to be between you and me, it's just going, and you have no control over it, and you don't know how the ending is gonna look. But in hindsight now, she does. Guys, I think half of the emotion from this, the vault song, comes from us having the hindsight's 2021, having that to see what the ending looks like and seeing how happy Taylor is now. I don't know, it makes everything a little bit more sweeter. Wow, yeah, it makes everything like a little bit more sweeter to me. Oh, yeah. Oh goodness, you guys, that was the vault. Oh my gosh, the Fearless vault was so beautiful. Wow. Okay, obviously my favorite, that's When and Mr. Perfectly Fine. They're like fighting me, or even Don't You, like, oh my gosh, I can't even pick a favorite, you guys. They were all so good. But that was our first vault, you guys. Wow, I'm so happy. I knew I would cry. It's a given. With Miss Taylor Allison Swift, it's a given that I'm going to cry, so I'm not surprised at me crying. I'm just surprised at like all of the sentiments that came into this, and about taking ownership of your music and bringing that power back, and you being able to do what you want after so many years. Taking ownership of the stories now even, and the ways in which she's portrayed versus back then. I think there's something very beautiful in a lot of just like autonomy that Taylor's able to have now over herself. I think that's one of the things that makes me emotional about this project, is just knowing that she was like, I get to take the reins, like this is my story. So yeah, oh my gosh, you guys, wow. Please tell me what your favorite song was. I'm interested to hear. Maybe you thought that maybe I analyzed the song, maybe you think that you took a different thing out of the song. I'm so interested and curious to hear what you guys thought. And thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my other video. Bye bye. My next one that's coming out should be the Fearless, the other songs I went from the vault, so we're crying more.